I try to teach guys, man, to do this because I do this. I'm writing the experience. So there's a song what they did is they split everybody into these teams, and I was part of the Venezuela crew, Kenny Dope and Masego and a bunch of guys, but I spit the experience, and you know, just to walk into a room, and I said this answer. If you ever listen to that song, you'll hear what it was. Like I was really, number one, I went in there with totally thinking, okay, now everybody's gonna be acting like they scared to be around me because of this and that and the rumors and the shit like that, and I'm gonna go in there, all these egos and attitude and all these bougie motherfuckers that make real music and shit, they gonna be looking down on me as a rapper, underground MC or whatever. I was going through all of that shit in my brain, man. And when I walked into that fucking room, bro, and I blended right in. And I blended in to the point where there were some people who, once I left, were like, yo, Bumpy was here? Like, I didn't even know Bumpy was here. Because they didn't put a face to the name. So I sat down on the keyboard and I started playing and shit. Band joined, the whole fucking place joined in, people singing in the background. That shit was dope as shit, dog. I'm DJing and Scratch Bastard is like, yo, I know you can DJ, yeah, do this, do that. I was like fucking dudes that are iconic walking through this motherfucker, and I was a mixture part of that. Pharoah Monch was there, Lord Finesse was there, Kenny Dope was there. I mean, it was guys there that, I mean, fucking Masego was there. Matter of fact, Masego, when I left a day early. Masego was in the studio sleeping on the couch, and I told him, "Hey, show son, my bed is there, man. You can have it. I'm out." And I gave Masego my bed. I was like, "Yo, dude, go take that bunk in there, man. Get your back. Your back gonna be fucked up messing with this couch right here." You know what I mean? So, you know, Moo Fresh. Come on, fam. Really? Crazy? Like this was playlist retreat shit, bro. I mean, I'm mad I wasn't in that picture. I had to break out though, you know what I'm saying? I'm mad I wasn't in that picture, but man, the whole experience was I'm sleeping. I felt like I was at camp in my little cabin, in my little bunk. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that was my first one, and I was like, yo, this is dope. My name was on a piece of paper on the pillow, and I'm like, oh, that's my spot. I had my little bag of gifts and shit, right? That shit was so well organized. I said, yo, man, if this shit ever gets out of control, you have to keep it. Jeff knows the deal. He got to keep that shit just like he got it personal. He's in total control of that shit. And his family, they do an amazing job of making sure everybody's accommodated. Everything, the food is lined up down the fucking driveway with trucks and people playing basketball, people making me and Questlove was talking and shit. I was telling them about some headphones and shit. That shit was dope as shit. Crazy. The whole experience was incredible. And I look forward to the day that I could do it again. The food was everywhere. Everywhere he had a tent over here. I met all these great vendors, people who I got great relationships with now from different companies, man. After I left the retreat, I went and got me an MPC at Crazy. They had them shits everywhere. I was like, oh shit, because of Jeff's event, I did it. I went and bought one of them motherfuckers. Them shits ain't cheap. You know, they gave me the nice little playlist retreat discount. That shit was cool as hell. You know what I'm saying? So that was hell yeah, that shit was dope, yo. That shit was dope as shit. And I'm talking about, I felt proud to be invited to that shit because I was mad. I'm like, I know this motherfucker for years. Like I did Scram and all kind of shit and I ain't been invited yet. I was tight like a motherfucker. But I did that song and I said, but when I got in there, bro, I was like, yo, this is some exclusive shit. It's exclusive. You have to be invited to go to that, though. That's now I get it. Because you can't just pull up at the playlist retreat like that. It ain't gonna happen. You have to be invited. And I'm one of them guys that usually don't like to go places that I'm not invited to. You know what I'm saying? Because if something go crazy, I don't want to, I didn't show up to mess up your shit. I came here to rock. You know what I'm saying? I was with horn players and keyboard players. I was in heaven. You crazy? Come on, man. You brought the playlist up, and that's what I'm talking about. That right there was one of my greatest experiences as a musician. I mean, I done did them all. Jack the Rapper, all of them fucking conventions back in the days. But that one right there specifically because whoever's idea it was to put that many creative minds in one place and hit hit the damn near 4 days of recording. Straight up. Even when you think the mic is on, don't say no wrong shit. Because the mic is on. From the time we walk in that motherfucker, the shit is running. For hours and hours and hours of I mean, we jumping in and out of grooves and shit like that, man. Come on, man. I met this young kid who was a DJ. He was, I don't remember his name, but he was sick on the turntables. I'm in there cutting and scratching. Everybody's jumping in, getting in where they fit in. I'm playing on different keyboards, fucking with the guitars and shit like that. Man, Jeff opened it up, man. And I got to give him and his family credit people, you know, you never know how people are going to act when they come to your house. You know what I'm saying? You got valuable shit in there. You know, people, ain't nobody steal nothing. Ain't nobody take nothing. I'm like, you know, this is the shit that I'm like, yo, this is fucking dope, man. Nobody ain't take shit. Ain't nobody stealing nothing. Nobody fighting. Ain't nobody beefing. You know, this is the shit we long for. You know what I'm saying? A peaceful journey. You know what I'm saying? We, you know, to quote Heavy D, we looking for that peaceful journey, to be able to have that part of the experience where it's really just about what matters, and that's the music. Yo, don't worry, I'm gonna sing it. I went in the booth, man, and looked outside that glass, and everybody on the other side of that booth was familiar, unfamiliar faces, so to speak. Familiar in the fact that I knew the faces, but unfamiliar in the fact that they seen me behind the mic before. You know what I'm saying? That's a moment. You got to think about that's a moment. You know? So yeah, that whole experience, man, was I really thank God that I was able to do that. You know what I'm saying? In my lifetime, because you don't get a chance to show people what you really know how to do when everybody's always so busy looking at themselves that they don't see greatness in other people. All those talented people in that room, there was none of that. It was always, that bass line, yeah, you killing it. Then they join right in and start fucking with you. And then they put the mic in front of me and shit. I started rocking my industry shakedown lyrics over a different groove that they was doing. That shit was fire, yo. That shit was fire. That shit was incredible. That was that whole experience. There was no one moment from the time we ate together. We sat down and broke bread with each other. Like we were in college and shit. And that shit was like some school shit. We all in this makeshift lunchroom that he had in his yard. Jeff had all these fucking trailers laid around the yard. And the shit looked like it was a big ass campsite with all these great people that are musicians and all this. That shit was dope as hell. Every artist should experience that at some point in their life, because it'll change your life. It'll make you feel more valid in reference to what you do. You know what I mean? It'll definitely test your skills, because if you jump on an instrument and can't play it, ain't nobody gonna join in and rock. I set that motherfucking room off on that. I think it was a Fender Rhodes I was fucking with. Hey, yo, they got video of that shit. They could test me. Yo, shout out to the Playlist Retreat forever. You know what I'm saying? Jeff is my man, so I already knew it was gonna be something, because he don't never come halfway with it, you know? God willing, he'll let y'all hear this song we did that I rapped on, and you'll see exactly how I felt on that record. That's what I do, and that's what lyrics are about to me. You could ask me a question right now, I can tell it to you, and then you'll listen to the song that I'm pointing you in the direction of, and you'll hear it. That song, Venezuela, will tell you exactly how I felt. So if you ever get it, and I think Kenny Dope and Masego produced it with a couple other guys was on there, but you'll see it. When you hear it, you'll understand. Whatever Jeff is doing with that stuff, I know I gave him the rights to rock with it. I'll say that publicly any day, because the trade-off was that I got an experience that I can never, ever shortchange myself on ever again. I'll never be able to have that. It'll never be better to me than the first time, but I'm always going to be in that moment. You know what I'm saying? I'm always going to be in that moment, because that's how much it affected me to be in that moment.